Inventory by Charles Yu. Sorry, please, thank you, stories by Charles Yu. I love this book very much. Inventory. Every morning I find myself in a different universe. There doesn't seem to be any order to the days. One day I might wake up floating in the middle of a seething red ocean. The next day I'm in a desert of frozen silver sand. Most mornings when I wake up, the rules have all changed. Once in a while, though, I wake up in a place that feels comforting. The atmospheric pressure, the way gravity bends light, I can feel it. Something familiar, something in my muscles, in my cells, my atoms. The first thing I do is I tell myself who I am. This is right after I wake up, before I open my eyes. Who am I? Do I remember? Can I do it? Can I be honest? This isn't touchy-feely. If I'm not honest with myself in an empty, soundless universe, then who will be? Second thing I do is check for gravity. It's no fun crumpling to the floor or floating away. I suppose the idea is this. I'm not real. I'm sort of an alternate version of an actual person living somewhere in the actual world. I have a self. I'm his hypothetical, his guinea pig, his proxy, his personal test subject. I'm a lab rat in his thought experience, a day player. A stunt double for his philosophical train tracks, a crash test dummy in a collision testing facility for metaphysical safety. It is not a comfortable realization, i.e. that I am, in fact, not a realization at all, but it makes sense. It explains a lot. Why I don't have feelings of my own. Why I always feel like I know what I was supposed to be feeling, but I can never just feel that feeling without being conscious of it, being aware of it. Also this feeling I've had for as long as I can remember. A derivative feeling. I am not Charles Yu. I suppose that could be my name too, but it has never sounded quite right to me anyway. Charlie, maybe. A second-hand version of the name, for a second-hand person. The real me is out there, somewhere, sleeping soundly in his bed. Every morning he wakes up the same person. Every morning I wake up as some weird version of him. Here's what I know about this Charles Yu person. 1. He is a man. 2. He works on the 17th floor of a downtown office building. 3. He lives alone. 4. He is lonely, but he hasn't always been. Here is what I do not know about Charles Yu. Pretty much everything else. I do not know, for instance, how it is I come to enter a new universe, the mechanism for my entry into the world. I don't know how long I've lived like this. I don't know how, or whether it is even possible to predict what the world will look like the next day. I simply have to close my eyes and wait until tomorrow in order to figure it out. What is this condition? A permanent temporary, a living and walking and breathing and thinking idea, an almost man, a contingency. Nothing essential to me, nothing particular, nothing necessary, a sum total of discrete moments, a long or a short series of variations on an underlying person. The sum of the area under which might begin to approximate, in the aggregate, a negative space of a man. All that he had not been, all that he imagined he might have been. And so, in that sense, the shape of me was the shape of Charles Yu, a Necker cube, an etching by Escher, a background and a foreground, an I, limned by my real self. My edge, his edge, my boundary, his boundary, one line dividing a plane, a region of space, one line creating two entities, the real and everything else. Being what I am, I don't have direct access to the real world. I rely on inference, on what I see from moment to moment. Charles Yu's world stays the same from day to day, hour to hour, while the world in which I exist changes whenever Charles feels like changing it, or thinks about it, or wonders about something, or daydreams about nothing. I always forget. Am I the only one who knows that the world changes every day? Or do other people know too? Today I woke up as a man. My face is the same. Looks the same anyway, as it did when I went to sleep. I'm looking at it in a mirror. I look okay. I feel. What do I feel? What is this feeling? I feel terrible. I feel like something just happened. Something big. What happened? Is that something the reason I feel terrible? If so, why do I feel terrible about it? Was it something I did, or something that was done to me? Or neither? Or both? No one is in here with me. I'm in a room. A waiting area of some sort. Against the far wall is an aquarium with 3 fish. One striped silvery fish strutting in its movement, one goldfish in the middle region of its tank, and a blackfish, languid, fins trailing behind it like a flag. The water in the tank is seething, is red. "Are you waiting to see the doctor?" someone asks me. "I didn't realize anyone was in here," I say. "You never do," she says. "Never? Really? Never." "Wait," I say. "Do I know you?" "No," she says. "You don't know me, but I know you." I get that a lot. People know me. I feel like I should know them. I feel guilty that I don't. Like I should. I feel superficial. I feel like I'm a fraud. How could I not know so many people who seem to know me? Is it possible to go through life this way? Apparently it is. I don't know myself. I don't know my friends. I don't know the people who populate my life. I can't be the only one. That gives me some comfort. That's what I tell myself. I'm a product of the world. A byproduct. I didn't ask for this. This thinning out of existence. This hollowing out. My interactions with people are a bare minimum. I don't feel anything. Ever. Hardly ever. Once in a long while. And even then, it's random. The woman in the waiting room. This receptionist. She knows me. Who is this person in relation to me? How do I define our relationship as it is? One-off? Limited? Formal? Constrained? Dictated by our circumstances? Whatever they are? Dictated even by the physical reality of the counter window between us, the dimensions of the window. Is this someone I care about? Cared about? Or does she know the real me? That's it. She knows Charles Yu. He's thinking about her. He's put her in this room with me. Put us in here, with a fish tank. She's about my age. Dark glasses. A look on her face like she knows the truth. A truth about me that I should know, but I don't. I feel something about her. I believe that. I think I feel something. There's something. That's a start. Except now she's gone. That was yesterday. The day is gone. Done. Why would anyone imagine themselves this way? Why does myself do this to me? What is he waiting for? Who is he waiting to see? What shapes can the world take? A torus, a saddle, a Euclidean plane, on a brain, and a string, and a hologram, on a speeding train, and an infinite loop, a 30-second universe, a maximal entropy universe, a backward arrow of time universe, a no causality universe. On the worst days, I feel fine. On my best days, I know I'm not. Every morning I wake up knowing close to nothing, about myself or anything else. Every morning there's only one thing that can be counted on, one thing that I can be sure of, without opening my eyes. She is gone. Who is she? If I could only find just some clue. I have a hard time even maintaining a thought, even holding an idea in my head for more than a few moments. I can't seem to build up any kind of momentum. Details distract me. I have a hard time figuring out the rules every day. Putting them together, looking at them carefully, trying to discern a pattern, a progression, any kind of underlying meaning to it at all, it hardly seems possible. I'm just the cargo, not the engine. My mind just goes along for the ride. It's hard to have a relationship in this world. Other people are not the same from day to day. I might wake up next to a woman 3 days in a row, or 300, but I'll never know whether she'll be there the next morning, or the next hour, or whether the world will change completely while I'm not looking. She might even change into another person altogether. I might recognize something in her eyes, or she might not be a woman at all. She might turn into a man, or a mailbox, or a region of empty space, or a feeling, or a song. I might only recognize her as one recognizes someone in the dream, as the way something is actually someone, and that someone is actually someone else. This life. No need to bother with soul-searching or trying to understand my nature and actions. No need to wonder about why I am the way I am, why I do what I do. Just sit back and be whoever you are that day. I guess so. I'm not sure how long this will last, but let's go.